Let's make it a good day.
Coming up today, daytime drama. CBS is looking to fix the Drew Barrymore and make it a hit. But will that mean canceling The Talk? I have it in the hot dish. Then, from dog dancing to pepper eating, a delicious new documentary series on Netflix shines a light on little-known competitions all around the globe. A look at We Are the Champions. And did producer Ted's dream come true? Did he actually make an appearance in a cable TV holiday movie? We have the answer. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Let's make it a good day. It is a good day. We are live from our studios in the Twin Cities. Hello, Coon Rapids. Hello, Wisconsin. Hello, Caledonia. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace, fresh off her double ankle replacement surgery. Please welcome back to our show the lovely new-ankled Kendall.
Feels good.
How are your ankles?
They feel good. Thank you. Yeah, it was a double replacement
Double ankle
surgery.
replacement surgery.
Lots of rods and
They look.
stuff.
I'm looking at them. They look fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm just kidding. But let me ask you though, Kendall. May I ask you a question?
Yes?
Let's say hypothetical. And control room play along. Everybody play along.
Okay.
If money was no object
Yes.
and pain was non-existent,
Oh.
what would you have switched on your body? Everyone, like I know the whole thing, beauty is skin deep, please. Everyone has something they don't like about themselves. Give me a break. No, Carter. If there's one thing you could change magically, like like right now, if I had like a power
Yeah.
like Thanos, I could snap my fingers, what would you change?
I've always wished I had like great legs. Even when I was really, really fit, like in the height of my dance career, everything was toned and looking great. I still had like strong legs. Like
Okay.
I never had like Cindy Crawford legs.
Because watch this.
Right.
I think you're perfect. I wouldn't change anything.
Oh, Jason, what would you change?
It was slick, wasn't it?
That was really
That was
slick.
slick. That was good.
great.
I wouldn't change it. I think you're perfect just the way you are.
Thank you. Even with my double ankle replacement.
Even with that. My nose, without a doubt.
Really?
Oh, I hate it. It's a little pig nose. I look like a potato with a little pig nose on it. I would change my nose tomorrow. If I could have rhinoplasty and it wouldn't hurt, 'cause I'm a big baby. If I could have it and it wasn't like $13,000, tomorrow I would have it.
I'm staring at your nose so hard right now, and
I know
don't
everyone
see
will.
anything wrong with it.
I've said it for years. I know, that's what Colin's like, nothing's wrong with your nose. I hate it. I hate it. Yeah.
Huh.
Can't
See,
stand it.
That's the thing, though. We all want to change something about ourselves, and someone else is like, really?
Yeah. Everyone has that thing.
It
Yeah.
does. I mean, I would lose, let's be honest, it'd be like, can you just drop 40 pounds?
Oh, please. If I could permanently, please. You and I, we don't, I don't even need to ask because that's both our things to bear for the rest. Let me tell you a little story.
Yes.
And this will be what I call a relatable. Maybe you guys can relate. This story, the title of it, Don't Be Like Jason.
Okay.
You got that? Don't be like Jason.
Noted.
So it's the end of the year, right? Today's December 1st, okay? Jason is preparing. I'm talking about myself in the third person. But anyway, I'm preparing. I take you guys know this if you watch the show with regularity. I take 2 big breaks in the year. I have it in my contract. I take a break in July, and then I disappear in the end of December, okay? I'm preparing for that. And I went on the app that tells me how many days, vacation days I have
Yep.
for this job, and then I work for another company for radio. And we're talking about radio right here, okay? So I log on yesterday, like a lot of you are. You know, you're getting into the end of the year, you got to make sure you use
what
your
do I
vacation
need?
days.
What do I have? Yep.
I log on to the old radio company thing, put in my password, Kendall's New Ankles, that's my password, Kendall's New Ankles, and I put it in, and I look at the vacation page. Would you like to guess how many vacation days, hours, how many vacation hours that I need to use before the end of the year because I haven't kept track because it's been a weird year?
I can't even, like, 26.
176. Adam, 176 hours. I had to call my boss.
That's mad.
I had to call my radio boss who had just asked me for a favor, and I called her back and I go, hi,
say, remember when you said I was your favorite? I hope I still am, because I got to tell you some bad news. I'm basically off for the rest of the year. No, I get to roll over just a few weeks.
Right.
But I'm telling you the story. Hashtag don't be like Jason. Right now, check your own employee files and use up those days, because it backs up everything. Like for here at Fox, poor Sherry, it's a pain in the butt for them. I don't want to be a pain in the butt. Only to our executive producer, Jeff. That's the only person I want to be a thorn in his side. But everybody else, so please learn from me. 176 hours.
I was gonna do the math quickly, but then I gave up after about 80.
Basically 4 weeks.
Plus
Plus 40 banked holiday hours. But we won't count those. So guys, what I'm telling you is, I won't see you for the rest of the year. I'll be off. I'm just joking. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Here we go. Roll it, Leo. Oh, my spoon's not here. I'll just go like this.
You could use a candy cane.
Girl, these candy canes are from the 70s.
I was thinking about eating one, so that's a no.
Yeah. Okay. No, don't eat them. Fresh off her time in The Slammer, Felicity Huffman isn't having any trouble finding a job. The actress has signed on to lead a new comedy on ABC. That was quick. Oh, look at the tanner used in that photo. Anyway, her character in the show will inherit her husband's beloved minor league baseball team after his sudden death, and will follow her as she navigates her new post-prison life. I'm just joking. I added that prison part. Felicity served 11 days in prison after her involvement in the college admission scandal. Are we surprised that she got a job so quickly? Mark me down as a yes. I think even on this broadcast, I said, I predict it's going to be very hard for her to have a comeback. We as Americans, we love a good comeback. We love a story like that, no matter what you've done. People have made mistakes. I would talk about that all the time. I think people should be forgiven. I'm just surprised at the speed at which she got a job. Are you?
Yes and no. Just because I think the way she handled it was so much better than our other favorite celebrity that's on the Slammer right now. Yeah. Because she right away was like, you're right, I screwed up, I'm so sorry. And now she's been very quiet. Very, very quiet since then. So, and if it's going to be, what, in a year or so?
You're making me change my tune. At first I was kind of like, ooh, this smells bad.
Well, they want the ratings.
Well, yeah, because everyone's going to tune in, not for the quality of the writing. They're going to tune in to see Slammer Sally.
Yeah.
What is she doing?
Whatever.
Next on the dish, it could be decision time over there at the Tiffany Network, the CBS, as executives grapple with a struggle in their daytime TV lineup. Here's what I mean. We mentioned The Talk has seen its numbers fall off a cliff in the last few months. The show is a skeleton of its old self. Sarah Gilbert and Julie Chen are no longer with the show. Replacements Marie Osmond and Eve are either gone or soon to be gone. And now there are talks that CBS may can the show altogether and put Drew Barrymore's talk show in its spot. Drew's show airs at the same time in a lot of markets as Live with Kelly Lee and Ryan Lee in New York, and it's getting crushed in the ratings. Kelly Lee is like, her best chance for survival, meaning Drew's, may be in the time slot that The Talk is in right now, where she can compete against other shows like Kelly Clarkson and Ellen DeGeneres. Because here's the deal. The Drew Barrymore show isn't doing great in the ratings.
No.
It's not doing great. The Talk isn't doing well. For whatever reason, CBS is more concerned with Drew Barrymore. They want to protect it because they control both shows. Even though Drew Barrymore, I don't want to confuse you, but Drew Barrymore isn't on CBS stations all over the country. It's syndicated. Anyway, that's too inside baseball for a Tuesday morning. But anyway, they are more concerned about saving Drew Barrymore than they are The Talk. Because in this snarky article, listen to this. The entertainment writer said, well, we all know the only reason The Talk was ever created was because Julie Chen was married to CBS head honcho Les Moonves. Isn't that dishy? And obviously now, Les Moonves, Murphy Purvey is gone.
And she gone.
And she does Big Brother, but she's not on The Talk anymore.
Right.
But that line in that story, I was like, oh, that's juicy. The only reason The Talk was ever created was to give Julie Chen a vehicle in daytime.
I need a nightlight that's so much shade. I'm like, I can't even see.
I know. I don't know. Here's the deal. I love Drew Barrymore. I don't know if you can save it. I mean, the ratings just aren't good. People are not. It's getting a lot of buzz, but buzz isn't. Or it's getting a lot of write-ups, but it's not translating to ratings.
No, it's not. I think people, what we've heard is the same thing we've expressed. We really like her, but the show, she's just too much. There's something that's just not, it hasn't quite hit itself yet.
And let me be fair, I say this all the time, you got to give shows time. You know what I mean? We still haven't hit our stride. We're 6 years old and we're still, right, Tyler? We're still not. We got to catch our stride. I'm joking, but I'm not. Networks need to give shows time. You got to give Drew Barrymore, and hopefully that's what CBS is doing.
Yeah.
The Talk has had their moment. They've
That's
had time, and their audience did grow. They weren't doing well at the beginning, and then eventually they did. Now it's gone backwards, but yeah. It took us a while to kind of get our groove. You know, we found it, I think, really, I'm not joking, season 3 or 4, we kind of got a groove with the show, you know?
Right. It does take a while, and I think you're right, that they clearly know something that we aren't seeing or we don't know with the 2 shows, if they're thinking of bumping that and moving her in that place.
That's right. Go get another cup of coffee. We have a lot more ahead right after this. Stay with us.
The hot dish isn't done yet. Next, The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills shuts down production. What one of the wives is saying. Then he's Ellen's warm-up guy, and she's a podcast star. And together, they help parents through the wacky world of raising a child. They're helpful hints in a COVID world just ahead. And producer Ted has had one dream in his whole life, to be featured in a cable TV Christmas movie. We'll later find out if Santa came early for America's favorite producer. That's all ahead. We'll be right back.
Go ahead, make my day.
Oh,
but make
Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, but make it in one day because I have 100 and I direct and I only do 2 takes of everything.
Okay. All right. Let me just look at you. Wow. Look at you. Look at you. What a great career. What a great career you've had. We said it all.
Is
said
it Alec Baldwin? Oh, you said it's Howard Stern. Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Howard Stern.
Okay. Oh God. Well, my buddy growing up, Flip Flop used to work at the local...
Joe Biden?
Yes. This one's a tough one. Okay. Let's see if I can get him because.
I want to just see if I can get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Ready? He goes. Yeah. Could we not do this? Yeah.
It's not like Pesci. You do a different thing for Pesci.
No. And I'm the dad, and I'm a dad, and I actually asked you nicely not to go swimming in the lake.
Jason Bateman.
It's a hard one to do. I will give Fallon credit for that. Hard to do Bateman. Nick Grohl and Fallon doing impressions last night.
He's so bad at that.
I'm so bad at impressions. Jason Bateman, it was funny. We were watching something. We were watching an old sitcom called Valerie with Valerie Harper. And Jason Bateman is a kid on that show. And Colin looked at me and he goes, Jason Bateman was on that show? And I go, yeah. For youngins like you people have no idea. Jason Bateman has been in entertainment for decades. I mean, he was in Silver Spoons. I mean, he's since a kid, he's been around. And then Justine, his sister, was in Family Ties.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Did you know that?
The things you learn.
Did I drop some knowledge on you this morning? Bloom. More late night for ya. Another child actress, Natalie Portman, was on with Kimmel last night, and she talked about her co-star in the Thor movie, and it's called Love and Thunder, which was, by the way, the original name for this show with Kendall and I. Take a look.
Let's take a look at the picture Chris Hemsworth posted on Instagram. I mean,
speaking of schnitzel, great segue.
I haven't seen Chris for about a year, and I think he has gained 40 pounds of muscle, at least based on that photo. It doesn't even look real.
It's otherworldly.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm so unversed in what muscles do and how they get like that. Like, I was like, does the blood drain out of you when you use your muscles? Because it looks so white, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, his body is white, yeah.
But I feel like it's a T-shirt tan, right? Is that what's happening?
It looks like maybe, yeah. I don't get either
Chris,
that or the blue.
We got to get you some spray tan. We got to help with the muscle pictures.
You know, we should also get him a AAA card because he seems to be changing his tires by himself.
Yes. He's looking good. It's a lot of pressure. I'm gonna look like his little grandma next to him.
Thor: Love and Thunder will hit theaters in 2022. I also think he's prepping. Isn't he playing Hulk Hogan? I think he's playing Hulk Hogan in a movie too, and I think that's actually what he's prepping for. Yeah, I could be wrong, but
Yeah, I mean, because I don't feel like he'd need to get even more beefed up for Thor than he's already been for Thor.
look, we just talked about it earlier. You and I both have body issues. Until the day we die, we do. I would not want to be. I would not want to be that. There's a lot of veins. I don't know.
There's a lot of veins.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to be like that. I don't like that.
I think the best part of all of that was when Natalie Portman actually thought she'd look like a grandma next to him. And I'm like, you're Black Swan.
I love her. She's in one of my favorite movies that I always watch in Christmas, and I always recommend it here on the show, Beautiful Girls.
Oh, that's one from around here?
Yep, it was shot in Stillwater. It didn't do well at the box office, but so good. Very little Natalie Portman stars in that. They go like that for whatever reason. Next in the dish, yesterday we told you about the British government calling on Netflix to label The Crown as fiction. And now that suggestion is getting some star power behind it. Helena Bonham Carter says in a new podcast that producers have a moral responsibility to tell viewers it's a drama. She plays Princess Margaret in seasons 3 and 4 of the show and says it's important to point out that the show is drama and not a docudrama. Buckingham Palace, as we told you, they've been criticizing the show for painting Charles as a villain this year. Netflix says it's widely known that The Crown was a drama based on real-life events. You weren't here yesterday. I said this, look, you can't help people. People read what they want to read. Trust me. People, I almost rolled off my desk. People only read what they want to read. Even if there's a warning on there, they don't care. They're going to believe, that's absolutely. It could say this is fiction, and there's some people out there that would go, Jane, this is great. It's a documentary. It doesn't matter.
It's a conspiracy.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what's written on a screen anymore.
No, I don't think it does either. I do think if it's going to appease the family, then why not just do it? What's so interesting to me is that everybody thinks he's been painted as a villain this season.
Prince Charles?
Yeah, I thought of it more as it was just sad. Like Diana, this is historical. I'm not ruining anything.
No,
like
spoiler alert for history, everybody.
Yeah, Diana loved him and he liked her, but was in love with someone else, and his family made him marry someone else. I kind of just thought it was sad, but
it's interesting you said that because I started off the season not liking Charles, but like you, I thought, wow, it's, he wanted to be with Camilla. His family wouldn't let him be with Camilla.
Yeah.
So basically forced him into marrying Diana.
Right.
So it's really not his fault, and it's certainly not Diana's fault.
No.
So you kind of feel bad for both of them, you know, that they're in this situation together. Could both of them have handled various episodes better? Yes.
Right.
Again, that's what they say. There's his side, her side, and there's the truth somewhere in the middle. I guess. Somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere.
Next in the dish, the upcoming season of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is on pause thanks to the COVID. This is the third time the show has had to shut down during the pandemic. Kyle Richards shared on Instagram that she's not feeling well, that's Renna, but didn't say if she has tested positive. None of the other women have said anything on social media. Yeah, look, this is the time we're living in. This isn't a big surprise.
Right.
Especially with a reality show where the whole premise is for them to go out to eat together and argue. So shutting down and coming back up, I mean, we've had to do that a few times where, you're in quarantine for a few days. I'm broadcasting from my closet. You know what I mean?
I know.
It's just what we're living through.
It's interesting, all these reality shows, how they are trying to do it, but this just keeps happening. Like how we talked about Siesta Key, how they're going into an island, away from a room, but that still is going to be a different vibe than what they normally have.
On a happier note, Lisa Rinna is out with a new line of lip stuff, like lipstick. What do you?
Sorry.
What? Why are you laughing?
Just continue. It's okay.
Do you not like Rinna?
No, I do.
It's
just
lips.
anytime.
She has beautiful lips.
Okay, anytime you say Lisa Rinna and lips and like selling lip products, like I'm gonna laugh.
Okay.
I mean, she does have great lips, but they just keep getting bigger. And like, if I buy her products, is that gonna happen to me too?
Yeah. I mean, look. I know they're not created by God. I mean, they were crafted.
They were at one point.
They were crafted in a lab. But I still love you, Rena. I love you.
I love her too.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It's
You
just
should.
fun.
Will you buy? We should buy some of her lipstick and have you try it, because people are always obsessed with what your lipstick.
That's
you know that's
true.
true.
It
They
is
always ask
true.
you what your makeup you're wearing and stuff. So yeah, we should try it live on the show. Some Lisa Rinna makeup.
Okay.
Great segment. We'll have Tyler do it too. Next in the dish, there's a new show on Netflix that has me hooked. It follows real. You're gonna love this. It follows real life people who are at the top of their craft, and it's called Anyway, it's called We Are the Champions. Look.
At the heart of every tradition, something that our ancestors wanted us to know. While we may be mortal, we cannot live in fear.
If the cheese does come over here, protect those kids.
For the cheese!
This hill scares me. I just need to face it.
I've never seen anybody go through that much pain and just keep on going.
I don't really like toads. I love frogs. I'm a jump guy.
I feel obligated to push the envelope of what's possible.
There's people that told me that I would never win. That's my motivation.
It is a very, very difficult sport. Definitely the most difficult dog sport.
Yep, you read that right. Dog dancing. So We Are the Champions follows, as you saw, all of these, I don't want to say obscure, but these small competitions that you may not know about. I watched 3 episodes. I watched chili eating, I watched dog dancing, and fantasy hair competition. Let's talk about the chili eating. That was the first episode I watched. So this guy has, in a lab basically, has cross-pollinated these peppers to create the hottest peppers on earth and has this contest. And let me give you an example of how hot some of these peppers are. So the heat scale that they record, this is called the Scoville heat scale. A typical jalapeno, is, where is it here? Is about, well, a jalapeno is around 2,500 on the scale, okay? The pepper that he's feeding some of these contestants is called a Carolina Reaper. 2.2 million on this scale. 2,500 for a jalapeno to 2.3 million on the scale for what they call a California Reaper. And these people, the one woman that you saw in the clip, she gets done with the competition and she says this, she goes, I can't feel my face. She did. She was like this. I can't feel my face. And I thought, if you are in a competition and you exit that competition and you can't feel your face, you probably shouldn't have done that competition.
I just
That's why I don't do sports.
Like the boogies and all the other things that happen when you eat hot things. And I'm not going to say anything more. It's just a lot of hot.
That's a hard episode. The dog dancing is hysterical.
I would love that.
That is, who knew that happened? My mom's gonna love that episode. It's so good. If you need, it's like 30 minutes. Rainn Wilson narrates it. It is a great. When I discovered it on Sunday, I was like, this is great. I need to watch the cheese rolling one and the frog leaping.
I think the cheese rolling when that lady was like,
Alexis watching.
The cheese
she got
comes
hurt.
down, move the kids.
Oh, it's dangerous. Alexis said somebody sincerely got hurt.
Well, yeah. Did you see them rolling down after the wheel?
We should have producer Jeff. We should force him to do some cheese rolling.
He and Ted could race.
Yeah, race.
And we'll just sit on the side and eat cheese.
Let's do that. We Are the Champions, everybody. Ted just said he'll win. He probably would, Ted. We Are the Champions is now available on Netflix. You're gonna, seriously, go watch it. Finish watching this show, but then go watch that. Still ahead, everyone. Speaking of Ted, did producer Ted make his Christmas movie debut last night? We will have the answer just ahead. But next, Tom and Lucy Riles are parenting gurus. Coming up, they're going to talk to us about their latest book, Mom vs. Dad, and how they rub elbows with a certain A-lister. That and more when we come back. Back in a moment, everybody. I was imitating a pepper there. Look at those Christmas trees. This one needs a few more ornaments. Our next guests reach millions of followers through their parenting communities, Life of Mom and Life of Dad. And together, released a brand new book called Mom vs. Dad, the not-so-serious guide to the stuff we're all fighting about. Great title, great people. Please welcome to the show, Lucy and Tom Riles. Hi, guys.
Hi, Jason. Thanks so much for having us.
Hey, Jason.
No, thank you for being here because it's so funny. And I'm actually excited to talk to you guys. Admittedly, I am not a parent, and we're breaking our own rule, and that kind of leads into my first question. We have a joking rule here that we never talk about parenting because it's so divisive. Like, no matter what we say, there's, somebody's gonna be mad at us. I'm like, oh, don't do that. So my first question to the both of you is, and then I want to talk about the book, why are parents so hard on other parents and judgy online, which I'm sure you see?
Yeah, I'll take this one. Honestly, that's why I started Life of Mom to begin with. I found that there was a lot of criticism, a lot of judgment, and I found it coming from our own community. And I really wanted to create this community for moms to come on social media and feel safe and welcome and non-judged. And Tom did a great job with Life of Dad.
On our end, with Life of Dad, it's only positive. Sorry about the dog barking.
Yeah.
We have kids in school in the other room.
It's the real life of a mom and dad. It's real. I love it. It's live TV. Yeah.
So we have with Life of Dad, it's all inspirational, positive content that we put out. That's our key. And just always pushing goodness into the world is all we do. And if we're talking about a divisive topic, which we will in the book, it's silly stuff. But the big stuff, Lucy and I agree on 100%.
Yeah.
And what
I think parenting is hard enough. I think, and everyone's family dynamics are so incredibly different and unique to themselves. So I think to be able to say, this is how you parent and this is what you should and shouldn't do.
Yeah.
And you just can't do that with parenting. It's a gray area. Everybody has their different.
It's chaos over here. We planned it out, but then everything went wrong.
This is my favorite live shot of the month. Do you need? I mean, if you need to take care of them, go ahead. Are you sure?
No, our kids are good. They're all signed on to their Zooms. It's our dogs. We have a 2-year-old Saint Bernard and a 8-year-old Black Lab, and they just decide.
It's all crumbling, Jason. We're not parenting gurus. It's all falling apart right now.
No, I love this. It's what I say it all the time. You guys know television. This is why I love TV. I love live TV for this very reason. Okay, guys, I'll try to sneak in a question here. The book is based on the podcast, but what's the format of the book? What do you hope people get out of it?
Sure. The book is it's based on the podcast, and it's about all the things that couples disagree about, and not just couples, but roommates, anyone you've ever lived with, parents and kid that you disagree about in how a house is managed and run, etc. And we really dig into those things. Lucy and I disagree on everything you can imagine in the world.
When it comes to the small
it's
stuff.
kind of crazy. The small stuff, yeah.
The small stuff,
But then we hope the big picture is that people realize, the small stuff doesn't matter in this crazy time in the world. Let's just keep on loving each other.
Yeah, I want it to be nudge-worthy, Jason. I want couples, and yes, it says mom versus dad, but honestly, what we have found, anyone who's ever lived with someone will relate to these topics that we cover. And I just want people reading it being like, oh my gosh, you totally do this, or I want it to be a chance to hold on a second.
Okay, you go out there. We're getting in Zoom. We're getting. Is this commercial break time, Jason?
Yeah.
What is it?
We're very. You know what? It's actually we can't go to break yet, so I'll give you.
I don't want to.
Oh, this is okay. We're not going to do a better show than this. This is my favorite segment.
I feel like the guy that did a new segment and his kids came and ran into the segment. I'm feeling that right now. I'm very
I don't apologize. This is why I love my job. This right here. What is you mentioned guys, this is a crazy time. Obviously, I think it's even harder on parents. Even though I don't have kids, I think of the parents. I come from a place of compassion for them. What are you seeing in your online communities? What's the biggest thing parents are dealing with that they're coming to you for advice for?
Yeah, I would say right now it's certainly the school thing is impossible. Like the one time of day of year when parents had downtime, hello, Katie, our youngest, was when they went to school. And now they don't go to school in a lot of areas of the country, right? And it makes it, there's no free time. It's crazy.
Our kids haven't seen a classroom in 273 days. Who's counting? And I think for parents, it's really challenging. You know, we're trying to be really responsible. Like my son, I think he's had a total of 2 play dates in 8 months. So I think for us parents, you know, we feel what our kids feel. And when our kids struggle, you know, we struggle and we hurt for them. And I find that at least on Life of Mom, I can't speak for Life of Dad, but on the Life of Mom community, what I'm finding is moms just, you know, they want their kids, all we want are our kids to be safe, happy, and healthy. That's it.
Yeah.
And, you know, to keep them healthy, we have to hold them back from a lot of things that bring them joy. So that will affect their happiness. So I think like right now, I keep saying, we're surviving, we're not thriving. 8 months into this pandemic, we're just trying to get through it with love and compassion and understanding, but also understanding that we're all going to have tough days. And it's really normal. And to kind of allow parents this platform and space to be like, hey, I had a tough day too.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's an opportunity for a great lesson on sacrifice. We're not done yet, guys. Good news though, Tom. We're going to break right now.
Okay.
We're going to break.
I'm going to go try to check everybody.
Perfect. Lucy's going to do that. Tom's going to check the dogs. You're going to go get another cup of coffee. And when we come back, the other great things that they do when we come back. Back in a moment.
She's just a heaven-sent dog.
He's my best friend in the whole world, and I'm really happy to be doing this with him.
Never in a million years did I think I'd be able to travel the world with my dog.
I'm Lindsey Vaughn. I'm a gold medalist, but my real love is Leo, Bear, and Lucy. In this competition, dogs and their partners are teammates on the most thrilling adventure of their lives. Costa Rica! Mexico! Paris! Here we go!
There's our girl. We're proud. Lindsey Vaughn. That's a clip from The Pack on Amazon Prime. It's basically The Amazing Race with a twist, and it features one of our guests. Tom and Lucy are back. Guys, let me just check in. How's everything? Are the dogs and the kids fine?
In this moment, we are surviving, not thriving, remember.
That's right. We are surviving, not thriving. All kidding. Okay, Lucy, this looks great. The production value, the game, you have a great host. I gave a one little liner there. How does this work, though? What is the premise of the show?
Yeah, so it's Amazing Race, but with your dog. There is a grand prize, cash prize at stake at the end of it. So there's 12 teams. Each team is made up of half human, half dog. And I brought my very darling, charming, amazing 8-year-old black lab, Duchess, with me. Amazon called me up back in the fall of last year and said, hey, we need a mom for this show. I'm the only mom. We're the oldest female team going up against 11 incredibly talented, amazing dog-human duos. And we traveled the world competing. I can't tell you how far I got. You'll have to tune in to see. But I feel like Duchess and I really proved that you can teach an old dog, an old broad, new tricks.
Look at that.
I said if we had like taglines like the Real Housewives, that would be my tagline.
Yeah. Lucy, what was way harder in reality than what you thought on paper? You get the pitch, hey, they want a mom. What in reality was way harder?
So when they came to me, my initial thought was, how are these dogs going to be taken care of?
Yeah.
Which was immediately eased. They were like, this is Amazon. The dogs are going to be treated better than the humans. And I was okay with that.
Yeah.
And the first time I ever flew first class was thanks to Duchess, because we got first class seats. Amazon chartered a plane, so all the dogs they were just treated incredible. And so that was my first concern. So that was checked off. Then obviously leaving my kids, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have been for 10 years. Tommy's been, he's super hands-on, but he's the one that's going off to work. So my whole identity for a decade was these kids and staying home and doing everything. So to kind of remove myself and travel the world with my dog and not have access to them and what they're doing, I think was my own mental challenge. So when we were in all these countries doing all these little dog human challenges, I was also battling my own internal challenge. So definitely the hardest part was being away from my kids and kind of giving up that trust that he's got it taken care of. And he crushed it.
You crushed
really
it.
did.
And Tom, you're a little busy too. You are the warm-up guy for a little show that some people might have heard of, The Ellen Show. For people that don't know, the life of a warm-up guy, what is it like?
It's an interesting world, especially now. So now we're dealing with virtual audiences and live audiences. Actually, Ellen is the first show nationwide that is back with live audiences. We have about 40 people in the audience. They all get COVID tested each day. And then we have virtual audience too. But, before the whole COVID thing, it still is the best. Ellen has the biggest fans. They come from all around the world. This is the show they want to be at. They love her so much. So it's always been the warmest room, the most incredible room to work in, with A-list guests and amazing music stars and, of course, positive, beautiful stories that Ellen shares as well. So it's really been a dream job that keeps on going. I've been there for 16 years.
Yeah, that's what I was going to
say.
Oh, I was just going to ask, 16 for you. You've been there 16?
I started season 2, so we're in season 18 now. So I've been there most of the way.
Incredible. Guys, this is just, I mean this has been delightful. Please come back. Even if, you don't have a new book, please come back and visit us. I would really like that.
We would love it too, Jason. This was a lot of fun. Thank you for being so forgiving and understanding.
Oh, no forgiving needed. This was fantastic. Tom, Lucy, thank you. Their book, Mom vs. Dad, is available wherever books are sold. And The Pack is now streaming on Amazon Prime Video. That's great. We got to, Ted, write that down. We're submitting that for an Emmy next year. We're going to beat those opera people in Iowa. Still ahead. It's the moment we've all been waiting for. Is producer Ted now a movie star? The answer when we return. Back in a moment.
The attention to detail, I've never slept in a more comfortable bed in my life.
Wait, you slept here? I thought check-in was today.
It's a long story. I'll fill you in later.
Look, make sure you all have a hearty breakfast, okay? Because you're going to need it. Oh, yeah? Yeah. What's on the agenda for today? I saw something in the brochure about snowshoeing. Oh, a man who does his homework. No, but today I thought it would be nice if we all got out there and you helped us pick out a Christmas tree.
Oh, that would be fun. Where do they sell them around here?
Oh, we're not going to buy a cut tree from a lot, dear. You're going to go out, find one, and cut it down yourself.
That'd be fun. Take one of these for the road.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. About as much fun as watching that movie. Welcome back. That's a clip from the Lifetime Christmas movie that debuted last night, The Christmas Listing. And it was the movie shot in the Twin Cities earlier this year. Now, our resident Christmas movie critic, producer Ted, visited the set and tried to weasel his way into the film. Did he succeed? And does the movie live up to his high standards? Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for a special edition of Producer Ted Reviews Christmas Movies. Joining us from Santa's sleigh across the hall is producer Ted Johnson. Good morning, Ted.
Good morning.
Ted, I'm going to just say this, and then I'll let you off to the races. This is how much I love you. I have never, ever watched a single one of the movies that you review. That's hashtag, that's what you're for.
Yeah.
This is how much I love you. I watched this movie. I wanted to cuss there. I watched this movie yesterday, and Colin was so mad. Right now, he's filing for divorce.
Wow.
He's at the lawyer right now. He literally is done because I made him watch this movie. Now, you guys visited the set, meaning you and photographer Eric. We have some video. You tried to get into the movie. How successful were you?
So they didn't let us inside at all. So this is us just kind of moseying around in February, you know, looking at all the remnant stuff. And so what we did was we talked to the art director and the regular director, the main director, and we gave them a picture of me. And then after we left, I gave them a few more pictures of me, and just to see if we could get myself in a background somewhere, because basically the movie had been shot at that point. And so after we left, the person, the art director, sent me a photo of a refrigerator. And on that refrigerator, you'll see right there, that is my face. So that is what she sent me right after we left. Fast forward in 9 months, and here we go. This is the scene, and you know, you might miss it. I don't know how you could miss this, but there's the refrigerator behind her.
Yeah.
And there it is. There's my forehead. There it is.
Kendall, do you see it, America? Ted's forehead is in a Lifetime Christmas movie.
Right over her right cheekbone. And we've slowed this down. We've gotten our X-ray slow-mo vision. There it is. There it is, a proof.
Look at that.
I am a movie star.
Ted, I don't even know why you're here at work today. Why are you here, Ted?
Well, you know, I figured Jeff's off today. I'll come in for the rest of the week, and then, you know, when Miss Hollywood keeps calling.
Yeah. Hey, Ted, what's this movie about?
So you've got, so it's the Christmas listing. You've got two rival realtors who are competing to sell this farmstead. And they basically move into this house for a week so those owners can see who really wants this listing. And those two people, do they fall in love? Yeah, they do. And that's what it's basically about.
How was the acting?
The cast and I are very tight. So obviously I'm a little biased here. So I thought it was good for a Christmas movie.
Ted, that's not a scale, Ted, that it's good for a Christmas movie.
I mean, it's a quality. It was a quality production.
Yeah. Let's go through the checklist here, because Ted has a very rigorous set of criteria that these movies must adhere to. Did they make Christmas cookies in this movie, Ted?
Yes.
Okay.
And they actually made them for a whole lot longer than they usually do.
Big city guy, big city girl, little return?
I think they were both Minneapolis, and then they go to the farmstead, so sure, check.
Kiss in a gazebo.
He got shut down in the gazebo.
Yes, I saw that. That was right as Colin was calling 1-800-divorce lawyer. Okay, it's time. I think we have to wrap. Leo, what are we doing? How many ratings? How many gold crowns are we giving this?
This is a big moment. We are going to give it a generous 2.5 stars.
What are you smoking, if I may ask? What were you drinking as you were watching this?
You know what? I could have taken another 30 minutes of this movie.
Well, I can't take another 30 seconds of this segment, so we are going to wrap. Hey, we have a trailer. We should play a little bit later. We actually have a trailer, but we're going to wrap now. We'll be back with more right after this. My goodness. No. Hashtag never. It's going to be real short here. Because, we had so much to talk about with Ted. Follow us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Just search for Jason Show TV. We love hearing from you, and your comment or question could end up in the mailbag. We'll be right back after this. Look at that. That was... Well, I promised you welcome back to Ted Christmas movie trailer, and here it is. Take a look at this.
This Christmas, he's from the big city.
That was a long trip in from the big city.
He doesn't like Christmas anymore.
I don't like Christmas anymore.
And is looking for love.
I mean, do you have any friends or daughters.
Ted, this has turned into the creepiest Christmas movie I've ever seen.
Producer Ted stars in He Knows When You Are Sleeping.
Coming to Lifetime this Christmas season. That's going to do it for us. Tomorrow, the Gadget Guy, Steve Greenberg, is back. In the meantime, go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Thanks for watching, everybody. Come on, Kendall. Go get some ice cream.